At NYSE, the DMV team sleeved up 2 Astrologian's Planisphere in their Lurrus PO deck. Welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to a Friday evening Vintage Challenge. We've got a mix here of competitive and new Final Fantasy cards. I have a deck list that is not mine, but the DMV crew took this to NYSE. I believe at least 6 of their players played this deck. And I personally think the deck is very good, but I think the tech was incorrect for what happened to be the NYSE metagame, and I'll explain here. So, this deck is a Jeskai PO deck that's very well teched for Wasteland decks. And why is that? So we have the Flooded Strand fetches here for planes in the sideboard. That's really nice. We've got the main deck Swords to Plowshares, extra removal. And then we have 2 Astrologian's Planisphere, which is a blue Tarmogoyf creature artifact living weapon thing. I was calling it Tarmogoyf in jest during the event, but this is a living weapon, so it gets a 1/1 hero token when it enters under job select. And then the equipped creature is a wizard, which is fantastic for Flame of Anor. And it has, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, and whenever you draw the 3rd card each turn, get a 1/1 counter on the creature. So it's very Sprite Dragon adjacent. And this can be going on other creatures and give counters to other creatures. So you can pump your Thundertrap Trainer later in the game. All that kind of stuff. It's just equipped to. So this is an artifact, so it helps with Metalcraft. It is a blue card, so it helps with forces. And it is a big creature that is hard to deal with. So it helps against like Lurrus Control, Sphere Shops, and Mono White Initiative. So I would consider this version of Jeskai PO here to be a Jeskai PO deck that is teched out for Wasteland decks. That ended up not being the metagame at NYSE. The metagame at NYSE was very PO mirror heavy. And I think this deck is like a little ill-suited for the mirror. I think the other mirror decks that have like Demonic Tutor and Pyroblast in the main, those decks are a little bit better in the mirror. This card is not particularly exciting in the mirror. It's not a bad card by any means, but it's not usually the focal point of the game. But online metagame right now is not PO dominated. So NYC was pretty much a dominant. NYC had dominant PO and dominant Frog Lurrus decks. Online metagame is not that at all. Yesterday was a Vintage Challenge. Lurrus PO put up a 40% win rate, way under expectations, and the most played decks were like Sphere Shops and Initiative, and these decks were the ones that did well. So online, we're seeing Sphere Shops, we're seeing Initiative, and we're seeing Lurrus PO struggle. So this might be a very nice little pivot for Lurrus PO online. That's another reason, like, I don't like when people talk about one tournament at a time. Obviously, NYSE is an important tournament, but it's a paper tournament. It's a very restrictive entry cost. It brings a certain kind of player. It's not very representative of the format as a whole, and neither is one tournament yesterday when Lurrus PO did bad. That's why we look at data across huge amounts of time, as much as we possibly can, as many tournaments as we possibly can. But anyways, yeah, so I like this list for today, and so it's a nice thing where I get to play test, and I get to show you a cool new little innovation using a pretty sweet little Final Fantasy card. I will see you in round 1. Looking to win your own pieces of paper power? Join me at the Oklahoma Land Run July 17th through 20th, where you can find Reserve List Proxy Eternal Magic the Gathering. Friday, Team Trios, Legacy Modern and Vintage, followed by a Saturday Legacy main event for an Ancestral Recall and a Sunday Vintage event for a Mox Pearl. Can't make it to Oklahoma City? I'll be a special guest at the Steel City Spectacular August 14th through 17th in Pittsburgh. This CEDH main event will also feature a Legacy Battle for Duels and a Vintage Battle for a Black Lotus. 15 Proxy Vintage with a Black Lotus as the main prize. I hope to see you at these amazing Eternal Magic the Gathering events. Let's battle. All right, round 1. I have a cat. They have a cat. I assume they have a count. I got steak. That's what I got. It's so tasty. All right, what do we got? Force. This hand's pretty bad against Wasteland, but can't imagine mulliganing it. Misstep is really bad for me, too. Don't think I'm allowed to force, but imagine like misstep into Wasteland here. It's quite good. Yep. That is bad for me. Though I guess basic would not have helped me very much. Just strip mine. Show me your business. The old best deck in the format versus second best deck in the format. And I'm currently getting bullied by the Wasteland effects. All right. I can't mulligan my hand, right? Like I'm priced into my hand every time. So Pearl does not play Frog. They can brainstorm and fetch away with Lorien revealed. I'm considering forcing the brainstorm. Oh, they chose not to brainstorm. That's weird. Yeah, I probably just have to force this. I definitely can't play around another Wasteland, so let's just go get an archive, trying to find our mana. Found a mana. Untap, draw, Volcanic. I'm gonna Time Walk. If I can find another mana source, I can maybe get an Ancestral here. That was a pretty long pause, though. I'm still gonna do that. They want a 2-for-1 here. I think that's acceptable. I guess I'd rather get Volcanic Insulation. They don't have Mental Misstep, so they would have to have drawn Force. They had not drawn Force. Let's get this in play before I get Lavinia. All right, I think we're in a pretty good spot. They do still have Brainstorm Fetch Land, so they have some play. We have a lot of mana now, even after getting Wasteland Missteps. Here's the Brainstorm. I bet at this point they just get rid of Lorien Revealed, maybe. Jets. Interesting. Oh, so they found Lavinia. That's fine. Even Lavinia Wasteland is fine. So their hand should just be... We don't know exactly, but... Does not look like I can Trainer and then Flame, huh? I could Trainer and hit like a Mana Vault, and then I could stock up. I could hit the swords, but I'm out of white sources. I have one more white source, but I don't have any in play. If I get a force, it's not that good. If I get a mox, it's not that good. I feel like I want to know first if this flame resolves. I guess they can cast Lorien Revealed next turn. So there's some upside to like Trainer hitting Flusterstorm as well. It's like a little risky, but I feel like getting Trainer in play is good. Fourth Aralinga's Flusterstorm Lotus PO. I'm gonna get that Flusterstorm, like I said, so that I do not get Lorraine revealed here. Thanks for the resub, Magic. Might also help my push my Flame of North through as well. Be interesting to see how this turn goes. That was not the fetch land they had before. They're just gonna buy Lurrus. That's fair. That's fine. They do have enough to play Lurrus and rebuy a 2-drop from their yard. I don't really feel like it matters. I feel like I still have to go Flame of Benora both modes and hit this target. I guess I could hit their mana. That's not very good. Target player draws 2 cards, deal 5 damage to target creature. Target player, target creature. Okay, Mana Crypt's nuts here, right? I guess they could still have a Bowmaster, theoretically, right? Well, one of their cards is Lurrus, and I feel like they've drawn through their entire Brainstorm, haven't they? Have they drawn through their entire Brainstorm? So if I play this, I have 4 mana. I have exactly enough to PO. I could just go for a stock up. My stock up can still hit a land, a Flusterstorm, so I think I am just going to go stock up and try to hit Force for their Lurrus. Force. And they found the island as well. All right, that was perfect. Now I have Force Fluster for Lurrus. I guess I'll just play her. I think my opponent might have no possibility of having a Bowmaster here, but I'll just pass through. Who cares about 1 damage? Yeah. I'm not a Brainstorm believer. It's not a bad card by any means, but it's not stock up. All right, here comes Lurrus. I'm definitely going to force this. I'm going to just pitch the stock up. Keep all my counter magic. All right, so I think they have nothing. But I guess at the very least, I can block. I can attack and then activate. Vexing Bauble. And I think I guess I could, yeah, I'll just attack just to see. All right, and then I'll PO. I am at 4. All right, we're good. In that case, let's just cast a bunch more stuff. Oh, I probably ordered this. Yo, Tony, congrats on your top 4. Or whatever. I just saw some Twitter. Congrats. This goes plus 0, 1, 0 mana. Top 2, even better. This costs 1 mana, and then I play this, and I'll have 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana, 6 mana, 7 mana. Okay, that's still fine. So I will play the Planisphere, and I will job select, and I will play Mana Crypt. I will play the Vexing Bauble. And then I have... Wow, I was so far off. How am I at 5 mana? How can I be that far off? All right, so I can stock up. I could... Because I played this Vexing Bauble, I can't really, like, get more mana this turn, right? I could just snap a Time Walk and then hope one of these things hits a PO. It's probably for the best. All right, they're off it. That was a great game. We were heavily disadvantaged. I am a little intrigued by my opponent's choices. I feel like I would have brainstormed with Lorraine revealed earlier, try to find more action, but yeah, I don't think I would go to Vegas in the middle of the summer, even if I was paid to go. Like, it's like 110 degrees there. I'm not going to Vegas. All right, so Esper, Lurrus, portable holes and swords and basic planes and pyroblasts and maybe seal. And then maybe we trim on opal, bauble. Maybe we go all the opals out. I can get down with that. It does make our red situation a little worse. Don't need chain. I mean, we kind of want chain, but I feel like chain is the worst of the options. I don't want to be like too PO oriented here. But in that case, I don't need the seal of cleansing. So opal chain, bauble. I want all my lands. I want all my removal. I want all my. I mean, it's probably some forces, right? Let's try this. I don't know. I don't know what the mapping looks like actually for this list. But this makes sense to me. Because we're going to outdraw frog.deck here. So there's no reason to have like tons of POs in our deck. See, yep, land run soon. Cut Bobble on the draw? No, I actually think Bobble is like legitimately great against the 7 Force of Will deck. I think I would keep Bobble on the play and the draw. But I don't know the exact configuration that this is intended to play post board, but we'll see. Thanks for the resubs. This is not my list, so I don't really have a plan. I mean, I have ideas, but I don't have the full plan. Opponent is waiting to reveal Lurrus, it looks like. But I don't know. I'm not like super thrilled with the idea of like cutting too much of the PO aspects of the deck. Like I watched the botch and roll video and I didn't really vibe with how far he went with it, but there's definitely some plus sides to trimming down when your opponents are going to attack your mana. Well, the thing you don't really want to cut Mishra's Bauble because it turns your Lurrus into a real magic card. But you also don't want to like have Mishra's Bauble and get null rotted, right? So it's like a bit of a give and take. Another Moxen start. Is there gonna be a turn 1 Lavinia? We're real good against Lavinia post board. I don't really worry about Lavinia too much. I'd rather play around 1 mana spells here and just cast the swords now. Not really. I'm taking a list from a team that played at the NYSC, and just I thought I would play it. It's not too much of a cook, I would say. It's very similar. We'll do it. We gotta redo the tech, but maybe I should. I couldn't have fetched basic planes here, so I'm just buying Lurrus. Okay, that's fine. I will. Yeah, I'm just gonna play the volcanic. Pyroblast, Flame of Anor. Sure. I think I like Flame of Anor. I mean, Pyroblast might help this Swords resolve. Which one? I mean, it's really hard for me to resolve a Flame of Anor from this spot. So I think I'm just going to keep the Pyroblast. It also may incentivize them to hit my red land. I think there's like merit to it, especially in this matchup, because you're just going to be a better deck than the Frog deck. The Frog deck like is an absolutely terrible deck at like doing card advantage. You just remove their Frog, they don't do any card advantage, you cast stock ups and trainers and you win. But in general, I'm not trying to board into that control deck too much. Yeah, Seal of Cleansing. See, like, there's a pretty high... You get a lot by pivoting out. Now we have Flusterstorm, Stock Up, Sink into Stupor, Snapcaster. I mean, I feel great about this spot. No, you know, stock up, not very good card, not me. Brain surge. That's where the true power lies. Stock up, you can't hold up mana drain. I think I'm just gonna fetch the stupid mystical archive. I don't feel like fetching a basic here makes me happy. My opponent's not even wastelanding me anyways. Bobble. I actually think I want to just put the bobble in the yard. I don't really feel like I need to put it in play. And it'll be nice to just have that ability later. I like to hit like a land. Yeah, a land sounds great. So this can fetch basic island or basic plains. I definitely am not attacking here. I don't have any action besides the stock up, which is I'm not casting into 4 mana, but this is totally fine. I think this one just gets blasted because I want to have the swords for the Lurrus. Maybe I just snap swords this. That's probably better. I guess that means the way I tapped that I won't be able to fetch a basic though. So that was probably less than ideal. I guess I could, yeah. Now if I want to have this, I guess I still have Flusterstorm back up. It's fine. I'll go fetch a basic island if I want to. Right. I'll just leave that option for me here. Saga Gaming. I don't know. Just having things that don't go away is nice, but yeah, you probably don't need to. I mean, like, my opponent killing my Saga here, I kind of like. Like, I don't think I need this Saga, and I kind of want them to get land death. It's like a reverse Wasteland. It's like a reverse Wasteland. Yeah, I mean, it's tough for them to, like, Wasteland here. They're really behind on mana. If they don't, I'll just buy Lurrus, and I'll have all my things up, and I'll be pretty happy. I mean, I'm just a better tempo deck than them here. It's pretty sick. I still don't think I'm attacking into a possible Bowmaster, though. Oh, right. There's a Seal of Cleansing. They should definitely have just Sealed of Cleansing. Okay, my play was shit. They should definitely have just Sealed of Cleansing this. I don't know why. I just forgot about that thing in play. Whoops. Whoops. I don't buy this. That was bad. Maybe I should just attack. If they play a Bowmaster, who gives a shit? They kill the Snapcaster. I mean, it's not that good for me. They should definitely have stopped me from getting mana, though. If that was their plan. They should probably just have sealed me. I made a bad play. They do have Bowmaster. No? Wouldn't you get a... Maybe they don't have... Maybe they have 2 Lavinias, so maybe they just don't have a blue-black duel? Surveil? Ooh, double Wasteland. See, not me. This is why I want to have basics. What if they just attack my mana? Cuts me off Lurrus. Don't they have a Lurrus that they need to cast at some point here? Yeah, doesn't matter. I mean, I'm almost out of duels. I guess I'm not really almost out of duels. Lurrus, buyback, seal. Sure. I just don't care about seal. This is great for me. Goodbye. Now I have Lurrus with backup and Mishra's Bobble. Yeah, I mean, this game is really over. I guess I can get Bowmastered here is a kind of a problem. This is a problem. I have to probably Ancestral now. Does Mental Misstep help me from this spot? Do I want Mental Misstep is what I'm trying to say? helps versus Ancestral. Kind of want it. I guess I lose it if I have to crack for this, but those were not the best Magic cards. Like, isn't it really bad for me here if I get Bowmastered? All right. Well, I drew. I didn't get Bowmastered, and I did draw one of my 2 forces. So, they kept in the swords. I was ready for that. Everyone just keeps in swords versus me, so I just assume everyone has swords in their deck, regardless of how good it is. Like, I just assume they have it. Well, I really like this spot. Yeah, my opponent really thinks so too. All right, cool. Round 1 win. All right, here we go. Round 2. I have a cat. Planisphere. My opponent does not have a cat. His hand blows. His hand is a little sus, but yeah, Countervine is a nice little dark horse metagame call. I think Countervine could have been, if you hit the right matchups at NYC, it would have been really sick. Two squeeze and a Vengevine. We're so dead. I need a Mox. Didn't hit a Mox. This is not bad though. Gataxian Probe, Merchant Scrolls, stock up. I'm just gonna probe. I got my Seps. This is so bad for me. If I play this Opal, it runs into Trap. If I don't, and then it runs into Vigor. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna play it out. Surely they don't have Vigor and Trap, right? Okay. Well, they still have 2 squeeze though, so I'm pretty dead. This has got to be the worst matchup possible from this deck in the entire format. I mean, at least we have like fetch basic and have 4 swords or something, but Vengevine, like these decks are just simply unprepared for Vengevine because it's been so long since Vengevine has been a metagame player, which makes it a really nice metagame call if you can hit the non-wasteland decks. That is such a bad draw. Pretty sure I just cast this 4th Airlingas here for 0. They can steal this back easily, but I have nothing going for me. They get to draw 3 cards every turn, right? So, not good. All right, they've allowed it, which means that my PO probably does not get to resolve here, but it's always an uphill battle versus this kind of matchup. They can just double Vengevine at some point here. We're gonna die so fast. All right, must be drawing all counter spells. Yeah, I will cast Black Lotus. What do I want to do with this? I can go for Lurrus, or I can just kick a trainer. Go for Lurrus. Yeah, they have a force. I assume they would have a force, considering Is there any hope I would ever have of blocking? No. Kind of need, like, I mean, Black Lotus was a great draw. Don't get me wrong. But it's just not going to be enough. Wasteland. I mean, I have avoided the Vengevines for this long amount of time, which is nice. That is not a terrible draw here. It's still not enough. Like, if they're not drawing things that return the Vengevines, it means they're drawing counter spells, right? We have at least, like, gotten to keep the Monarch for a couple turns, but we're so far behind in cards still. They're 5 cards ahead of us at this point. Plus maybe some more, depending on how those work. Actually, I haven't tutored, so they are just 5 cards ahead of us. So no Root Wall is here. So we still have the Monarch. Saga Gaming. It's kind of a greedy play, but okay, all right. I have a Flame. The problem is this Flame doesn't actually do anything. So they're going to Noxious the Wasteland. I can't do anything about this except I could Flame draw 2 in response and try to counter this. I don't think I want to counter this. I think I want them to draw Wasteland. And I want to be casting this on their turn. They chose to leave the Masters in the yard. They're a little worried about their life. This seems like... Oh, I mean, I want to be able to kill a hollow one. I think I just let this resolve. I would be so surprised to win this game, but it's starting to trend that way. All right, here's one Root Walla. So I assume the Vengevines are coming back with a hollow one. Pitch to Strip Mine. Yuri. All right, the Vengevines come back first, so at least we can kill a Vengevine. I mean, does killing a Vengevine actually help me here? Not really. I can draw a Force, though. I will just steal 5 and draw 2. I mean, we might be able to win with a PO. This is fine. They only have 3 cards left. I think we can win this game. I guess they'll have one more card after they take the Monarch. We need a snap 4th. There's the Force. Swords. I need a creature, though. Maybe I don't need a creature if I just resolve Bobble. I already used Lurrus. Lurrus was very early in this game. Let me see my own top card. Okay. So I guess we'll just try to resolve Bobble. And we'll swords this. They use the Squee to pitch to Fury. I guess now they get to use these Masters, but they can't cast anything for the rest of the game, right? I guess they can bring back that Vengevine. I feel like we should be able to draw us out of it, right? This looks winnable to me. They do have the Monarch still. Yeah, buddy! I guess I'll use my Mana Vault for this. This Thundertrap Trainer card is nuts. Those cards are not very good. It doesn't matter very much. Ancestral PO. PO. I should wait till next turn, I guess. I guess we win. Wow. Sick. I guess they could have enough cards to counter my everything as we fall back. Probably not, though, right? They can't counter the PO. What? Here's a Root Walla. So if they have a hollow one, they can bring back a Vengevine here. Well, they got two Vengevines. Well, if I don't pick up Bobble, I can't replay my Moxen, so that's not really an option. I'm just going to chump block one of these. And then I'm going to, on my upkeep, I'm going to upkeep PO here because I don't lose any mana. Do I PO this trainer? I feel like the answer is yes. I don't really, yeah, I think that's fine because I'm going to win this game with. All right. I guess I probably should have used Force on this one. It's fine. They'd have to have like triple Mind Break Trap. In which case we're still POing, so. I guess I will do a 1 mana trainer. And I'll PO everything. And now I can just like time walk and play 3 trainers, so we are definitely locked from here. Play 4 trainers and time walk. But I should just be able to draw into my Snapcaster Mage. I forgot about this Planisphere guy. Whoops. That's my bad. Kind of don't even want to show them it. But he probably was in chat. So it's not like it's helping me that much to not show it. All right, I can't get Snapcaster here. I'll just time walk. It'll be fine. All right. That is one of the craziest wins I've ever seen. My opponent was so statistically likely to win this game. They were so far ahead with their masters, and we just won anyways. Wild to me. I'm gonna bring in planes, lantern, swords, maybe seal. I don't like containment priest. I don't need chain. Misstep. How am I gonna board this many cards if I want to board this many cards though? I mean, I can do the same thing where I'm like not as reliant on PO oriented gaming. Well, seal hits chalice and hollow one. I don't mind seal in this matchup typically. Yeah, what up? I think your deck is actually really well suited for the Magic Online metagame at the moment. Yesterday was mostly Sphere Shops and Initiative Online, so. But we did get paired into Countervine for what that's worth. Not ideal. It's only Vengevine. Like, are you boarding in Containment Priest to only play against Vengevine? Like, I feel like that's not a very good use of your sideboard slots. Like, Swords hits all of their creatures. This hits their Squeeze and their Vengevines. Seal hits Chalice and Hollow One. I think boarding in Containment Priest is not very good. I'm going to keep one more PO and take out the Probe. It's nice. Oh, actually, I can probably take out the Merchant Scroll in this matchup. It's way too slow. Do this. I have never liked Containment Priest versus this deck. Sometimes you like don't have enough cards in your sideboard and you got to bring it in, but I mean, we have a million ways to block Root Walla, so I don't think that's a problem. I mean, I've boarded it in before, but it's not a card I'm actively looking to board in. It also is a lot better on the play than on the draw, and we're on the draw. Like, it's not going to stop turn 1 Vengevines, right? They've already gotten rid of one Vengevine due to Serum Powder. They're on a mull to 4, so the Vengevines are less likely. Like, it's not really one card for 4 cards. It's like one card for 4 cards sometimes in certain games, not all the time, you know? You want me to play around Mindbreak Trap? Like, that's not happening. I don't exactly know how I want to play this out, though. I think the answer is pass. Because if they have Vigor Mindbreak Trap, that's fine. We crack Ancestral and we have Flusterstorm, right? Master of Death Rootwalla, pitching negation. Interesting. Master of Death's certainly a good one there. But next turn, we can, like, Lurrus with Flusterstorm back up, right? Or we could Trainer Flusterstorm Ancestral stuff. Seal looks really bad here. I kind of wish I had one more mana so I could have Ancestral and Flusterstorm for this Lurrus. You're right. I cannot Lurrus and Flusterstorm back up. So I guess the answer is Trainer. Man, I don't know. Because, like, I'm running into negation for no reason. I mean, the answer might just be kick a Trainer. I just think Ancestral's like super bad against negation here. Whereas on Thunder Trap only gets countered by Force blue card, Force of Will blue card. And I don't get Mind Break Trap from this spot either. I like this play a lot. There are still things I can hit that let me still cast Ancestral if I wanted to. These cards are really bad. Sink. Good deck building. I'm going to go upkeep on this sink so that I don't get Mind Break trapped. All right, game over. All right. We're going to beat Countervine 2-0. What the? Huh? Huh? What are we even playing Vintage anymore? Really? I think the sync is so broken, man. I love the sync in this deck. It's like it's really good. Never trust me. They have one master. Let's get rid of the other force. There are no blue sources in there. Yeah, it's a land. It pitches the force. You get it off a trainer. I think the best part of the card is actually getting it off of trainer. Unironically, I do think that's the best part of the card. Wow, we've just beat Countervine. Big game. Big. All right, here we go. Welcome to round 3, 2-0 versus Sean, the Dissolutionist. Sean's most recent take is that Stock Up is actually bad and Brain Surge is better. Can't hold up in Mana Drain when you cast Stock Up, so. Should be a Gifts Ungiven Breach deck. Doesn't really look like anyone else has picked up on this deck. Seems like more of a Sean thing. Sean is a very powerful wizard, so he gets to get away with a couple things. Let's go with Mishra's Bauble and take a peek here, just in case we end up with like a Pyroblast. Oh, I guess we don't have a Pyroblast in the main. Man, I really want to have a Pyroblast in the main. I guess we don't want to see that card in our top 4. Yeah, maybe I should have just gone for land trainer and then used the Bauble. Whatever. Yeah, of course. Stock Up is has weaknesses. Absolutely. No one's arguing that. That's a different argument. But Brain Storage tested extremely badly for me. I think we can play around like having my opponent hold up nonsense to like hold up Mana Drain is totally fine with me. So I have a Planisphere here or a Mana Crypt. I guess we can do a Planisphere and make him have to counter it. This is a big problem. We have this Swords to Plowshares, and it's not like on a Flusterstorm or a Pyroblast or something. So we are currently very heavy. Our build is very heavy for the matchups that we are not currently playing. It's for the round 1 matchup. Like, if my opponent's just holding open Mana Drain for this turn, and they, like, end of turn a Brain Surge, like, who cares? You know? These are just not Vintage level plays. Soul Ring is a great draw, though, because this means they can cast Gifts Ungiven. We don't have counter spells at the moment. And he wants to drain this Time Walk, by all means. Don't really care. The biggest problem in this game is we just don't have any counter magic for our opponents. Our opponent's deck is a blue mirror based combo deck. They like don't respect any non-blue deck, basically. They just build their deck entirely to beat blue mirrors. So I feel like this is as good a time as any, right? Like they have to have another Pyroblast after this. It's fine. Cool. Resolved an Ancestral. They don't have enough mana to gifts right now. But I drew 3 lands off my Ancestral as per usual. You also have to put cards back, and if you don't have a way to remove the cards, then you're not actually drawing extra cards. You're drawing the same cards. My hand is still awful, by the way, after resolving Ancestral. I have so many lands. Three cards in my opponent's hand. I definitely want to get Saga going. And then I'm definitely just passing a turn here. And then if they go for a gifts, then we snap an Ancestral and hope it's enough. But like he could have gifts plus mana drain here and we'll lose the game for sure. Like we drew 6 lands and 2 anti-creature spells, so it's gonna be tough. Actually, he did not reveal Lurrus in this game. That's pretty interesting. So I wonder what he's playing. Dak Faden or something. Oh, just nothing? Is it worth it to snap in his upkeep then? If he taps out 5 here, seems fine. I don't have counter magic, right? So like, what am I gonna do? All right, mana drain. I mean, he has to have a payoff. Like, if he doesn't have a payoff for mana drain, it's just counterspell. Yeah, he just doesn't have a payoff. It would be really good to have a stock up in your deck right there, though. I would definitely lose to a stock up. Flusterstorm. Opponent has a lot of mana for Flusterstorm. I do still have Lurrus. It costs a little bit too much to play Lurrus right now, though. So I guess we just play a Planisphere. I'm getting drained again. I'm getting forced. So if my opponent draws gifts ungiven, I just can't fluster anyways, right? So I might as well just put threats on the table. I guess next turn I can probably snap walk if I don't use my mana vault. I might be able to snap walk anyways with Lurrus. 1, 2, 3, Lurrus, Lotus. No, I have to have my mana vault to snap walk, right? I just like don't know if this Flusterstorm is actually going to save me from my opponent comboing off and killing me, right? That's my only problem. Because I could just not fluster this and make a construct. Oh, I don't think tapping my Tundra matters at all. I'm not ever casting swords here. The swords is completely irrelevant. Like, I'm going to play another land. Like, I can fluster here and still use my mana vault. Or I can not fluster and then don't use my mana vault, in which case I could probably go for Lurrus Walk. Well, I wasn't going to play Lurrus this turn. I guess I could have played Lurrus this turn. I didn't really consider that as an option. I was going to make a construct. I don't really think Lurrus this turn is, like, particularly good. The one card in their hand is probably another counterspell or a land, because it can't be a payoff spell. The problem is I just like don't think I just don't think my Flusterstorm beats a payoff spell. And I also just don't think this card's very good right now. All right, I'm gonna let this go. So now I can theoretically go Lotus, Lurrus, Snap, Walk here. Can I do that and make a construct? So if I make a construct and then I get a Lotus, Lurrus. No, I'm short if I make a construct. Do I need a construct? I mean, I might want to snap Ancestral. I can just snap a Bauble. I'm just gonna make a construct. Is there an upside? Should I just get a freaking Vexing Bauble here? I feel like I should just get a Vexing Bauble here. 3 gifts, Hull Breacher, 4 Brainstorm, Orcish Bowmasters, Underworld Breach. I'm just gonna get a Vexing Bauble. It means I'm not playing Lurrus, but that's okay. This is a Gifts and Given. Oh, of course. It's fine. This wins on the next attack, right? So this ups my mana for Flusterstorm. So there's no reason not to cast this now. Again, that's fine. I guess my Swords doesn't really work here. Oh, they have a Bowmaster. Okay, I mean, it's fine. All right, give me a block. You got 1,000,000 mana. If they cast Gifts here, do they win? I don't know. Let's find out together. This is an end step Swords on the Bowmaster. Oh, attacking with the Bowmaster. That just means that they have a Time Walk. Or they're just having fun. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Maybe that means they have a second Bowmaster. I guess I want to see if I can hit a Force off of this. Now they're deterministically dead. Oh, yeah, this is still deterministically dead. Still 1/4 blocker, 4 attacker here. What are we thinking about? Thinking about it, we're dead. Okay, so my opponent had mana drains and stuff, but didn't have any payoffs there. I think a little lucky for us, honestly. We resolved an Ancestral in that game, but our Ancestral drew us 3 lands. And so we really just didn't have enough interaction. And if our opponent had any payoff, we would probably have lost that game, but our opponent just didn't have a payoff and they died. Let me just look at their stack again here. It has a 5-0. So that's Tinker Citadel, 3 Gifts, Brain Surge, Twister, 1 Breacher, 3 Bowmaster, 4 Drain, Flusters and Change, and 2 Breaches. This does not look like a very good gift stack. I feel like Lurrus is very key to making gifts remotely playable. I don't really understand this deck building. I don't even know if I want to bring in lanterns at all. Let's see. I don't really want swords either. Negation I probably want. Island can come out. Sink can come out. Chain can come out. Swords can come out. Yeah, Vexing Bauble prevents like Citadel stuff as well, which is kind of nice. These Planispheres are pretty bad. I think they're not that good here. I kind of want to just be lean. I kind of, yeah, I don't know. It's like really hard for gifts to do anything if you have a freaking lantern. So we'll just do that. Costs us so little to do this. I guess Seal of Cleansing is probably... It's like pretty medium, actually. It's like Saga and Citadel. It's not really worth it. Well, I mean, Tinker Citadel is busted, but I think Tinker Citadel is probably at the weakest it's ever been. There's lots of creatures attacking life total. There's lots of Flusterstorms and Pyroblasts in the main. I would not be sacrificing Lurrus to play Tinker Citadel at this point in life. Shit, submit here. If you resolve a Citadel, it's good. Agreed. But resolving Citadel right now, quite challenging. I can't imagine passing this up. Especially with my opponent's very reactive deck. But I guess this is pretty bad against Bowmaster, so maybe not the best. Flusterstorm does not protect me against Bowmaster. I mean, does he have Mind Break Trap in his side? I can't remember. I don't think he did. Trainer? I want to draw Trainer. If he Bowmasters, it's not even that big a deal. But it does mean that I don't have a good Lurrus Bobble Loop. Oh, it didn't even have a Bowmaster? Love that for me. Like, if you try to Tinker here, which is, like, something you might be supposed to do, it's just so bad, right? I mean, if he resolves something... I just have no... I have no interaction because my hand was on mana, so... 4th. I can 4th for 2 with Fluster up. The fuck do I want to do? Do I want to just go Lurrus? Do I want to play Trainer? Do I want to 4th for 2 with Fluster? I want a 4th for 2. No, I want a 4th for 3 and attack with 2 to play around, like... I guess it's, like, super bad against Bowmaster as well. I might be supposed to draw this and then not use it. It's unclear to me. I think I'm just gonna play Lurrus because I'll kick this Trainer. My opponent might just like kill this with a Bowmaster or something, or they mana drain it or whatever, but who cares? As long as it rebuys off of Bobble, it's still a free card, right? Looks like I'm getting drained, which is probably the best case scenario for us because we just fluster a drain. I feel like if you just like don't play into mana drain, you just like, it's just not very good, right? I don't know. I don't get it. He wins a lot of matches on Magic Online, but I don't really understand. Skill diffing people, maybe? Yeah, Mana Crypt could cast a Gifts or something here. I mean, it's very good for Blue Mirrors, but even then. So they do have Hull Breacher upkeep. Okay. So that's going to stop my extra cards and give them mana. There's only one Hull Breacher in the deck, so it's pretty unlucky, but happens. They could go Mana Crypt Twister here, which is pretty funny. They know I don't have Pyroblast because I would have Pyroblast the Breacher. So if they have it, they have it. I'm interested in just kicking a trainer here and getting Force blue card. Stock up blue Force maybe. Maybe PO. Next big tournament, I'm going to be in Oklahoma for the land run next month. A little less than a month away. I wonder what we're thinking about. Brain surging? We don't know any of the 3 cards in my opponent's hand. They have a thing that blocks Lurrus. Stock up. I both own and proxy power. I mean, this seems like a great stock up, right? Has a red blast off this. Not me. There's a very interesting answer to that question. The answer is yes. We did find a third. So we got gamers for Friday trios. We found someone willing to play modern. Is this stock up right now better than Brain Surge, chat? I'm not sure. Black. This was a big pause. There could still be a force here. I could go Soul Ring, stock up, and do it again. I mean, I kind of love that, right? No Spell Pierces in this list, right? Flusterstorm. I could get Flusterstormed here. I really don't want to get Flusterstormed here. I think I'm going to just cast Thundertrap Trainer. I guess if I get Flusterstormed, it means I can't get a force anyways, but... Flusterstorm Bobble. What the fuck am I supposed to take off that? How good is Bobble here? Is it better than Flusterstorm? I feel like it is. So the question is, do I play... If this gets forced, I can just replay it. And I don't really care about replaying this Mishra's Bobble anyways. So yeah, I just play this and see if it gets forced. Okay. If my opponent wants to block, then I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care at all. I just have to not die. Yeah, you could go Black Lotus, Soul Ring, replay Black Lotus. Stop. I think they have a counter spell. I think they might have like a Flusterstorm or something. I'm not. All right, we're getting twisted here. Getting twisted is pretty bad. They drew Demonic off the top. I mean, I wanted to find a Force off of my trainer and my stock up, but I didn't find one, right? Losing my 4th is really bad. That's unfortunate. I feel like that's just like super variance, sadly. Like Flusterstorm would have actually Flusterstorm would have been enough here, huh? Would Flusterstorm have been enough there to counter it? I still feel like they Bobble from my would get countered by my Bobble. I still feel like it would have been really bad for me if I taken Fluster. I needed to draw Force, right? Maybe I played that turn badly. I don't know. This game I just did not have any permission, right? Whatever. I did take Soul Ring instead of Lotus, which was a mistake because I had Lurrus, right? I guess that's true. I was kind of thinking that... What was I thinking? I was thinking something. I don't know. I don't know why. I should have taken the Lotus off of the Lurrus. I don't really... For the Lurrus, I don't really know why I didn't, but I don't think it would have mattered very much either. I guess I could maybe have kicked Trainer if I had taken Lotus. Is that true? I would have had 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana. I might have been able to kick the Trainer. Yeah, I don't know why I just like blanked on the Lotus for whatever reason. I think I was like hell bent on being able to replay Trainer if they. I kind of thought I was getting pyroblasted, but I guess after my I guess after my I guess after my I think I was getting pyroblast. I thought I was getting pyroblasted, but after my stock up resolve, I obviously wasn't getting pyroblasted. Well, no, I got the Lotus off of the stock up, so I wouldn't have been able to go stock up another stock up or anything after. They wheeled into the Demonic Tutor again. Seems good. Oh, I had second stock up, stock up. Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, it was probably really bad. I just like I don't know what I was thinking in terms of like the Lotus. They can just cast this enough times that it kills me. I guess sure. I mean, my opponent like really luck sacked me. Unfortunately, they ripped an action spell there. I think the best action spell there, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I just could not find mana, but it does seem like I fucked up on the ability of or finding counter magic. I fucked up the ability of counter magic because I didn't take the Lotus for whatever reason. I don't know why. It was just like a maybe I should have been the 4th Aerlingus. I thought that game was definitely going to be won by a 4th Aerlingus, but all right, keep. Oh man, if only I had brain surges, guys. If only I had brain surges. Yo, what up, tall shark and handsome? Thanks. I like PO Jet, and next turn I can PO with Fluster back up, right? Yeah. I think I'd rather just get this Lantern in play now. I'll lose my stock up, but who cares? It's another thing to PO back. This means they can Bowmaster, but... Oh, Flame of Venor is nuts. That card's great. It's kind of the reason to play the deck. I think I'm just supposed to PO. But I could cast Stocks first. I mean, these are all going to win. Force Mox. Sure. I think I'm just going to go play a trainer. If I want another blue card off this, I can be. Mental Misstep, or do I want Opal? I think I want the blue card. This is already a PO for 5, even if I don't have a blue mana. I know the Opal's good with the PO, but I don't think it's necessary. If my opponent passes here, we're definitely not doing it on my turn. Maybe I'm wrong. So I have Force. I mean, they could easily have multiple pieces of counter magic. I think I would rather just buy Lurrus and play Lurrus and rebuy Lotus. Buy Lurrus, play Lurrus, replay Lotus. Yeah. I don't need to use that. Unless I want to. Yeah, I'm going to use that. All right, I'm just going to pass. I think going OPO now is unfortunately pretty bad. So I can't really do anything great with like fetches and stuff here, but end step is not a real good place for this. I guess if their card is their one Hull Breacher again, it's really annoying. Must be, right? Or is it Brain Surge? It's the one Hull Breacher again. Yeah, I guess attacking into the Hull Breacher might have had some upside. I had to counter this stupid card, unfortunately. It's just so annoying here. This card is so much better than the Hull Breach, the Underworld Breach, not the Underworld Breach, the Orcish Bowmaster. It's really frustrating. I mean, they know I have Mental Misstep, so. Sure. Three cards left in their hand. They won't have mana drain up. They have to have a Flusterstorm or this Ancestral's countered. They're dead, right? Like, maybe they could have a Force still. It's pretty aggressive against my opponent's all counter magic deck, right? Maybe I should have waited here and like loop this Underworld Lantern here instead. They have to have Force blue card. All right, they have nothing. All right. I think I played this game badly. If I had to go back and look, I think I played this game badly. The thing is, my deck is so much stronger than their deck. I'm just playing all good cards, you know? It gives me some ability to play badly and not get punished for it at all. It's pretty broken. Highly recommend playing good cards. Like, I think I played this game like C minus. Like, the choices I made in this game were probably actively bad. And it doesn't matter because my deck is just so much stronger. Highly recommend playing good cards. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I think I played badly. Well, if they force back, I fluster back, right? So, like, I have to trade their fluster. So if they have like Hull Breacher, force back up, and untap an Ancestral, it's pretty good. But I think that's always going to be pretty good. Isn't that the case? But I think you're right. I think I should have attacked and see. I don't think he would have flashed in Hull Breacher to block. Is like part of the reason that I'm like I was less interested in that line. But I should have given him the opportunity to mess up. Like, Sean is the type of player who is never going to put the Hull Breacher in to block a Thunder Trap Trainer there. And also, like, doing that means I can replay the Thunder Trap Trainer off of the Lurrus. Like, it's just not a real... It's not a real likely gambit to make. So, I don't know. But again, I still don't think I like the way I played this. Okay, here we go. I think we basically, I didn't record it, but we went over like the games in the last few games. I think actually game 3 we played fine. Totally fine game 3. It's game 2 where we went really wrong. The stock up, not taking the Lotus on the stock up was just a huge oversight. I couldn't really figure out exactly why I did that, but just a mental blip. And I actually think there's a pretty decent chance we could win the game if we had taken the Lotus, because we could have gone Lotus, replay Lotus, kick a trainer, find force, and we don't even have to cast stock up because we would actually have the ability to like hold open 3 mana to like pay for a Flusterstorm for our force. So we might have actually been supposed to go 3-0 versus Sean in that round. This is a great hand if my opponent is not too evil to me with mono white initiative. We've had a lot of ancestral hands today. I think we've drawn quite above average. We've also had Mana Crypt stock up hands. I think today we've ran really hot. Black Lotus. Mana Crypt. Mono white initiative. 5 mana. Seasoned Dungeoneer. Seasoned Dungeoneer is fine. If he follows up with Void Mirror, there's a problem. Nope. To follow up with Archon, there's also a problem. Follow up with Clarion Conqueror, there's a problem. As long as this looks really bad. My opponent had 7 mana on turn 1 here. I guess I had 6 mana probably, but they resolved this. I just didn't have a force for it, so. They pitched a Clarion Conqueror, and then they're playing an Archon. All right. Our hand is not unplayable against Archon. We have a land, we have a Sapphire, we can cast Ancestral on their turn. But we're going to have to draw the... We probably even want to play this Volcanic so that we can draw Flame of Venor, right? We won't be able to cast Flame of Venor right away anyways. So maybe I'd rather be able to... I mean, I still need to get a red land at some point anyways, so I'll probably just play this. I don't think we're going to be fast enough to get out underneath the turn 1 Seasoned Dungeoneer Archon, sadly. If we were on the play in this game, I think we'd easily win, but we lost the die rolls. That's kind of Mono White Initiative's whole thing. And this was a 7 card start, one of the best possible 7 card starts, I would assume. Void Mirror on top. They kept it on top. So I am running out of time here. Ruby's their only spell for turn. All right, so they're out of action. We have an Ancestral, but they're dealing a trap to us next turn. And we can't block this. And we can't block this. So I think we're just dead. We can draw. I mean, I can't even kill. I'm just dead. I'm actually dead. That's pretty impressive. All right, yeah. I mean, we got high rolled on. I think we would have done the same thing to our opponent, though. Like, if we were on the play, we would have ancestraled into force. We would have forced their seasoned engineer almost assuredly. I mean, maybe I hold off and I force the Archon of Emeria. That's probably I probably let the seasoned engineer resolve and then we like go off with a PO and win. So just a matter of die rolls. Okay, game 2. We're gonna bring in Portable Hole, Swords to Plowshares, Planes, maybe Negation, maybe Seal. I gotta see what the map looks like here. Misstep, Probe, Fluster, keep Bobble on the play. I would have forced the Lotus. Yes, almost assuredly I would have forced the Lotus. That's true. But then they would have gone Mana Crypts, Chrome Mox, play an Archon, right? So it would have been a pretty interesting game. I think we would be at the mana advantage at that point where it wouldn't have mattered. But, yeah. We'll go down a Bauble and an Opal. And I want to keep some amount of power here. And then we'll go... Merchant's Scroll getting Chain is pretty nice. Maybe I won't bring in Negation on the draw, on the play. Maybe I'll bring it on the draw. Do I think Mono White is bad? Yeah, that's my personal opinion. The data has it as an okay deck. But I'm a hater. Drew my basic. I have another basic, though. Ooh, Chancellor. I will play basic Island and resolve my Emerald through a Chancellor. 7-card keep for my opponent again. Oh, I think I'm still favored against PO, Mono White, even if their configuration is better against PO now than before. That's not happening. Probably just getting rid of PO from this spot. Am I supposed to cast Stock Up or am I supposed to cast Trainer? I mean, I want a creature in play. Maybe I can hit a Moxen and cast 2 Trainers. Chain Merchant Scroll. I don't need a Merchant Scroll considering I have Stock Up, so I guess I'll take Chain. I don't think Mono White is bad. If you want to play Mono White, it's totally a reasonable thing to choose to play. I just would never choose to play it. It's not something that interests me. And I don't think it's like a high enough, like if it was really good, you would see me play it. Like if it was broken, I would play it because I want to win. But it's not broken, it's just okay. So I could chain this right now, which would let me stock up here. Seems kind of like I might even want to do that. Because I want to hit my land drops. It's kind of a weak use of chain, but I think it's good use of mana. They're not going to sack a land to bounce my trainer or anything. Oh. What am I doing with that? I didn't hit a land. But I can fourth for 2. My other option is Lotus, Planisphere, Trainer. I could Lotus PO for 3. I think PO for 3 is worse here than going Lotus 4th. Draw 1. Probably draw 3 over the course of the game. I guess if they followed up with Seasoned Engineer, we would need to find a swords and a white source. But actually, we could probably take the Monarch and get a white source, so it only would have to be swords. My gut instinct here is to fourth. I don't know if it's correct, but that's my gut instinct. I did just put both my Tarmogoyfs on the bottom. We're gonna replay Clarion. Oh, I guess a flyer is kind of annoying. Even the Clarion Conqueror. I'll take Ancestral. Can't attack into this stupid 2/3 flyer, but I feel like the cards I've drawn in this game have been super weird. I PO'd to the bottom, right? And then I drew 2 POs. Yeah, I think that sounds totally fine helping. Now they can attack with Archon to steal thing. But now I don't have can't play an easy white source. And also Portable Hole hits neither of these cards. I do not have any sideboard guides. You'd have to go into my videos and go to sideboarding. I don't really like the concept of sideboard guides, unfortunately. All right, I guess I'm attacking all. This looks like a bad spot, actually. I have no swords, no white source. I mean, you can pretty easily like go to, I have tons of videos of the deck, right? So you can just like hop around to each between games and because I'll talk through exactly what I'm looking at. I need a Swords to Plowshares. This matchup is a lot about Swords to Plowshares. I can at least fetch a basic Plains now if I don't get Wastelanded. I don't think I want them to have any more creatures here, so I got Wastelanded. Well, oh, I got my Volcanic Wastelanded. I just draw swords? I think I'm losing. Did I make a bad choice in this game? Here's my swords. Is it too late though? Well, let's see. If they hit me here and I swords the Archon and draw another swords. That untaps one. This is such a bad spot. They've also drawn a million cards from the Monarch. I guess I made the wrong choice. I guess I should not have gone for Erlingas. I just think I was going to lose this game no matter what if this was... Like, it was going to take me this long to get to a Swords. Seal is so bad here, too. So I swords the Clarion Conqueror, and then I go for an end-step PO. And then I have to draw another swords, and I swords the Archon. Yep. I mean, I have... Oh, I only have 3 swords in the 75. Sword's the Clarion, and I take the Monarch, losing a trainer, and then I PO after blocks. And I try to find another swords. I mean, then if they play anything, I die. Whatever. Oh, I don't have a basic to find because I fetched both of my basics. Depends on what creature they play. That's their one spell. Wait, isn't this great for me? This is their one spell. Oh, it's not great for me because I can't kill this and kill the Archon in the same turn. God damn it. So I'm going to have to spend a turn portable holing it and then spend a turn. Okay. Well, I mean, that's why I brought these in. They have Void Mirrors and Deafening Silences. All right, so how many cards am I picking up here? Oh, I'm just dead to Forge on this next turn, right? So I need to find a PO. I need to find a Swords. I need to find a Swords. So I need to pick up as many as I can. That still leaves me with a blocker. I did not find a Swords. Time Walk. Okay. Saga, Time Walk. I need a Swords, right? Like, I need a Swords no matter what. I guess I theoretically could play a Trainer and find a Swords, and then Swords on my opponent's turn. No, I'm dead to Forge. I'm at 5. When did I go to 5? This thing put me to 5? Okay, I guess I probably have no outs then. Wow. That's really frustrating. And I couldn't, like, PO in response and draw Force because I can only cast one spell each turn. I mean, this game feels like it's my fault, right? Like, I should not have gone for Black Lotus 4th Eralingas. Why, that's not good enough. I'm going to die to Trap. I needed that PO to hit Swords. Even Swords wasn't enough, actually, because I would die to Trap. Yeah, I think I'm just locked for death here. I guess I can draw. Like, drawing my own Swords doesn't help me either because I died a Trap on the upkeep. I think I just die. That's super frustrating. It does seem like this game was my fault, though. I really thought that line was best. I just can't beat Trap. Actually, I can't cast enough spells in one turn here. Sad. Did I miss a block that I could have done at some point? Well, don't I want to have a creature in play? Like, if my Thunder Trap hits another Mox, then I get a Mox and a Thunder Trap. Isn't that so much better than casting Stock Up there? I feel like it is. This game is just, I lost the die roll. I can't win. This was a good force on the Mana Crypt. You want to cast Stock Up here. I just don't like casting Stock Up here. I guess it could hit Force, but so could Trainer. And like putting a Trainer in play means like, no. Putting a Trainer in play means I can draw into Flame of Venor. Like if I go Trainer and I get Flame of Venor here, no. No. This is definitely Trainer. This is 100% Trainer. Trainer does the same thing. It sees one less card than Stock Up, but I have a way wider range of hits. I can hit Flame is incredible. Mox is good because I can play another Trainer and still find like a Force or something. I think I would always play Trainer here. No, I like Trainer here. I didn't hit very well, right? Not really. Like if these are my 5 cards off of Stock Up, like am I happy? Well, I understand that Stock Up is more mana efficient, but if I hit a Mox off of this, then I'm playing both Trainers, and it's more mana efficient that way. If I hit a Flame of Venor, I get to have a Wizard in play, and then I can remove their creature and kill their Mox, or draw 2 cards. Taken Tundra? I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I want a Tundra, but like, I don't know. Like the Stock Up this turn is good too. I just think this Stock Up, I probably was. I mean, it's not that good for me if I take like what am I supposed to do here? Black Lotus PO for 3. I guess that was the only other thing. That's the only reasonable line to take from this spot. The Planisphere is not going to grow enough. It's too late. I just thought this 4th would be better than it was. It was really bad. But I should have known it was going to be bad because my opponent had literally just played a 3/3 flyer with the turn before. Like, this play makes no sense. I just have to Black Lotus and pray, right? Also, I have a land drop to make. So, like, this was just awful. This play was the awful part. I think the Trainer versus Stock Up on that first turn, that's a give or take. I'm not too worried about that one. This is just a terrible play. Well, I can't take Lotus and double blue thing. I can only take one of the Lotus and one and Trainer. And the Planisphere is only growing on non-creature spells, so it's not very good here. Especially because we know they have Conqueror, so it's not like I can take PO off of the Trainer and like have PO actually work. And I don't have a white source, so I can't take swords off of the Trainer. The fact that I don't have a white source is pretty bad in this game, so that's like definitely an upside of like having cast Stock Up on the first turn with the Thunder Trap Trainer instead, because then I would have a Tundra. The problem here is I really misevaluated how good my hand is to the literal known information of a 3/3 flying dragon. Like, they didn't play the 3/3 flying dragon, they played the Archon, but it's good enough. I should just have PO'd here. Obviously, it's not the best PO, but I can hit a land drop off of it. And then I can still replay Trainer if I hit a blue land off of it. So what does this PO for 3 look like here? So if I take PO for 3, we would have drawn PO, and then in one of these cards. It would have been really bad, actually. I mean, isn't the biggest problem that the next 2 cards we drew were PO? Isn't that the biggest problem here? Like, we drew really bad cards. I don't know what order this is. If it's Volcanic, so we would have drawn, from the PO, we would have drawn Volcanic PO. It's still pretty bad. And if it's Ancestral, it'd be fine. because we would be able to untap it. I mean, even untapping Ancestralling is not even that good because you would Ancestral into these cards again. Like, these cards were really bad for the situation we were in. Like, the cards we're trying to hit here are Thunder Swords. Even Ancestral here is, like, not even that good. It's good because I can still play it on my opponent's turn, right? But this portable hole needed to be a Swords. This portable hole not being a Swords, and if it was my sideboard, it would be 50-50 chance. Because I have one portable hole and 4 swords in my deck. Oh, no, I only have 3 swords in my deck, actually. So this is just always a portable hole. So this is just unfortunate because this portable hole is not for these cards. Swords is for these cards. Like, this was definitely a bad series of... I don't want to sugarcoat it because, like, this Black Lotus 4th Airling is played, so probably, like, losing. It's not losing every time because, like, if I draw better cards off of my Monarch and draw for turn, like, it's totally fine. Like, even if it's, like, Clarion Conqueror follow-up, right? We can still have, like, Fetchland Swords, but I mean, that's probably, like, a little narrow. But, like, those are 2 of the most common cards in my deck, right? There are 3 swords and there are 5 Fetchlands or something. But this taking 4th Airlingus here was just a really bad mistake for sure. We almost still got out of this game. Did I miss a block? No, these are all in the air. I drew the swords and the seal. I unlocked the Clarion Conqueror because I wanted to be able to PO and find another swords. And my opponent has 5 cards in hand, so like Archon is pretty restrictive on them as well. Was that correct? I feel like this is fine. It is worth noting, though, if I swords the Archon, then my fetch is unlocked, and then I can fetch... I can't do anything, though. I can't stock up, and I can't portable hole. I don't actually unlock enough things. We don't exactly know how bad them giving extra draws were, because like they have 5 cards in hand, but they're locked down by their Archon, right? But it was a thing I should not have done anyways. I like this play. Did I block this turn? I assume I blocked, right? Oh, he didn't attack with it because he knew I was going to try to PL block. I mean, you still probably, because you can't untap both. But this actually, Deafening Silence actually seals it, because if I PO in response to the Deafening Silence, then I can't cast the counterspell on the Deafening Silence anyways. And how did I lose so much life? I just was at 7 and I took 2. Yeah. I mean, I'm not arguing that. I think this 4th Airlingus was terrible. I do think there are games where this 4th Airlingus does win, but there are way more games where it loses. So I'm definitely down to have gone for like a bad PO here. And probably still lost, but it's still correct. So. All right, here we go. Round 5, Vintage Challenge. We have IB True across the table. IB True is a bit of a brewer. I know he was working on a rug list, so I expect to play against that here. See what happens. Yep, just like Collector Roof and Planeswalkers and stuff. Cards he likes, basically. Wastelands. Those kind of things. Okay. Bobble. Take a look at the top card. Okay, maybe not Rug Brew anymore. That's a Vampiric Tutor. Let's get a Vexing Bobble in play. If they want to counter this, they're allowed to counter this. So Mental Misstep is not ideal for me. I mean, it could still be Deathray Shaman, but looks like it's some kind of Tinker, maybe. We have a nice little hand here. Didn't shuffle on Ponder. That was not a draw that I was really looking for, though. I was really hoping to get Moxen or blue cards. Hey, Moxen and blue cards. I think stock up is the way to go here. Gives me a blue card to pitch to Force, and I can still have Flame, and if not, I can cast it on my turn if they don't do any Moxen shenanigans. I guess it could just be Doomsday. That seems a little unlike True, but True, he's got range. He can play any blue deck, really. I guess Flame of Anor is pretty bad if it's Doomsday, right? So you're right. Probably could be Doomsday. What does that mean for me? I think I'm just casting stock up into a counterspell, right? Is holding open instant speed, draw 2, Flame of Anor better? No. Like if they use a counterspell on this, it means they don't have a counterspell for my Force for the Doomsday, right? But it also means I'm susceptible to Daze and Fluster and Spell Pierce and stuff. So I mean, there's a lot of downsides here. I'm kind of talking myself into the Flame should have been better. Flame would have been a better line, just because I'm not playing into those cards. All right, we got the Fluster out of the hand for a stock up. I'm pretty okay with that, especially if he ends up vamping here and like only gonna have 3 cards plus the one we vamp for, and we still have a Force. So I don't know. Seems good. Oh, not even vamping, just going sewers. Play a little slower, maybe. All right, so I do think my opponent is on Doomsday then. Not a great matchup, but a matchup I'm certainly okay with seeing. I actually don't think the Planispheres are that bad in this matchup just because they're a clock. And the clock is relevant. Oh, no. They kept the card on top and then didn't play a land drop. What does that mean? Why do I keep drawing lands? I need to draw not lands. All right. Vamp Tutor. I assume this means that he's doomsdaying with counterspell backup. I don't think I'm supposed to go on now, though, so... Just Ancestral. I'll just force it, right? Force backup. 2 cards in hand. Pitched Time Walk. I mean, I do get bullied by a second Flusterstorm here. Surely I still cast Draw 2, though. I still have a... Yes. Yes, very good. Very good. Yup. I can go my yard. Mox gives me a kick trainer. That gives me a Lurrus. Lurrus Bobble? Or do I just kick a trainer? I have 2 Flusters in my deck still. What does Bobble really help me against? Gush? Oh, I should probably... I guess it doesn't matter. All right. Fluster? Ancestral's pretty good too. Pretty sure I'm just taking Ancestral and casting it now. I don't think my opponent has anything. I think it's better than taking a stock up and waiting. I still really want to have a Fluster to lock the game up. All right, well, if my opponent has Dark Ritual Doomsday Gush here, I do die. I could have prevented that by going Lurrus Bauble. I don't know. I really don't think Lurrus Bauble there was better than Kick Trainer. So now what's my play? If I get a turn, I go Planisphere, Merchant Scroll for Force. I have a Vexing Bauble in my yard, so Vexing Bauble would turn off Gush lines and Lotus lines, and even if he went Dark Ritual Doomsday, he would not be able to kill me in the same turn because Time Walk is exiled. Because if my opponent could just kill me with Doomsday here. And I could have gone Lurrus, Vexing Bauble, and still kick my trainer on the next turn. I just didn't feel right. I don't know why. I don't know the answer. It's 2 mana to equip Planisphere. Probably wouldn't equip it, but I guess it depends on what I draw. I don't know. I'm trying to like make sure that it's not like hindsight 2020 or looking back, but like I could have hit blue card Force. I could have hit Flusterstorm out of 8 looks. I still want to have mana open to play through a Flusterstorm with my opponents as well. I could technically play Sink into Stupor as a land here, and I could go buy Lurrus, play Vexing Bauble as well. I went 11 deep and missed on all interaction. Yes. So I'm getting Dark Ritual Doomsday. I'm getting Dark Ritual Demonic Consultated. Or what? Like a second Dark Ritual Doomsday? For like a treasure cruise? For Gush. 12 cards left. Lost both Oracles. He lost both Oracles. There's a third Oracle? I guess there could be a Jace. Okay. There was just 2 Oracles. Yeah, we went 11 cards deep and missed on all interaction. But I had some interaction though, right? Like I had interaction guaranteed with my bauble, but I don't know. All right. So we got game 1 against Doomsday. That's big. We have to bring in some Pyroblast. We get to bring in a negation. We don't have a seal of we don't have a dress down. I'm not gonna bring in swords because Flame of Anora answers Shield Shred. God bless. So I can go island, swords, chain. Yeah, I know. I think I made the right play. I'm just sad. Sync. This is a nice mapping for this matchup. I like this a lot. I can't imagine passing that up. Kept the card on top. Played a Sapphire. All right. Show me your secrets. Flusterstorm and Force. And Dark Ritual and Doomsday. And kept the card on top. That's bad. I can kick a trainer. I mean, that's not good. I can get a PO Flusterstorm and then play a trainer. It's still not good. I can... I could PO on their upkeep and it gets forced, maybe? To play this Pyro, I'd have to hit Ruby or Lotus. But I have to beat double counter. If he draws a one-draw spell, it doesn't beat me here with Doomsday. It would have to be Ancestral to beat me. Well, I think we want to get the Flusterstorm out of hand, right? Like, if we PO now, we get the Flusterstorm out of hand. They Dark Ritual with Doomsday back up. Because we can beat... If we get to untap, we can beat Force with Pyroblast and another PO, right? So I'm pretty sure we play Tolarian and cast PO. Kind of. We have second PO anyways. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to go PO these things. I want to hit a Force. I guess a red Moxen. No, I don't want to hit a Force. I want to hit a red Moxen. So do I crack my Bauble? Yes. Could give me a Force. I should have done this beforehand so I knew what card they were drawing. Oh no, I die! I die, right? I die anyways. All right. Oh, so this is... I should not have PO'd then. Because this is a blue mana that they could have had to use for Flusterstorm. So I fucked up. I mean, I would still have to hit Force off my trainer if it did resolve, but... But I fucked up. I should have kicked my trainer. Yeah. Because the Flusterstorm costs a blue mana. Does that even help? It only helps if I do draw counter magic off my trainer, right? I still have to draw double counter magic off my trainer because they don't... No, not if they force it. But if they force it, then I don't have a Ruby, and so I still die to Brainstorm, right? So it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. My great hand doesn't matter because Doomsday turn 2 kill with double counterspell backup. This does kill me, right? Brainstorm gets Ancestral Lotus, and then you have Ancestral, and you win. It's just Doomsday doing Doomsday things. I guess if my trainer did resolve and I drew Ruby Force, would that be enough? Do they lose Force post Brainstorm? So they draw 3, and then they put 2 back. Oh, they might lose 4. So maybe we can hit Ancestral with Pyro and win. Yeah, that might be true. They might not have enough cards in this game. They mulliganed, right? Are they 1 short because they mulliganed? No, they kept 7. They just don't have enough. Well, I'm letting them do it because I wasn't sure. But I actually do think that they might not have blue card because they have to do 2 cards back. Wait, so maybe this Thunder Trap finding my 2 red sources might be enough, because then I get to PO for 4 within a Tolarian Academy. Well, I guess I don't get to keep my Tolarian Academy activation unless I draw a blue land, and then I would have PO for 4 plus Trainer with a bunch of mana. Double PO might win. They could go slow, right? But I doubt they would. They could go slower here, but then I'll have PO with Force a Pyro backup anyways. So wait. If you just complain, chat, you can still win. That's how it works. If you complain that your opponent had a turn 2 kill with double counterspell backup, you can still win. Complaining is so broken. It's wild. So far, we have not really used our Astrologian's Planisphere halfway. We have used our main deck sword, which was kind of nice. But we have we also had the sideboard planes come in once, but so far the special changes have not been particularly. I mean, we haven't just done no Planisphering. None. All right, I'm interested to see, because if my opponent was gonna go for it, the pile is pretty straightforward, right? Like you get Black Lotus and Ancestral. Oh no, can't you just get a Flusterstorm? You can just get a Flusterstorm, right? You brainstorm into. Oh, but then you won't have enough blue mana to recast. No, you would, because you'd have 1 blue. You just need to put oh, no, you wouldn't be able to get an Oracle and another blue source. So no, you wouldn't. Because you put a Flusterstorm in your top 3 with Ancestral and Lotus. Well, do you need a Lotus? Can you go land? Yeah, I guess you still need Lotus. What about Mental Misstep? No, it wins, chat. It wins. Mental Misstep. That doesn't win, does it? Yeah, that wins. Brainstorm. Well, no, you're drawing too many cards there, Chalky. Well, I'm thinking about it from my perspective. I want to be able to know what the play is here. If you brainstorm into 3 cards, and your 3 cards are... But then you might not have enough devotion, right? Well, I guess if you draw 1, which is what Brainstorm does, and then draw 3, you would go to 1 card, right? Well, I'm trying to get the Brainstorm to resolve. Oh, I guess the Brainstorm isn't resolving because well, no, if I counter the Brainstorm, I'm lost. The Brainstorm is 100% resolving. If I just counter this Brainstorm, they just force back, and then they just go Ancestral Lotus and kill me. Oh wait, no, they won't have enough mana, right? Because they only get to keep 1 card. So that doesn't work either. But if I let the Brainstorm resolve, then they only get to keep 3 cards, but then I definitely lose, right? Well, no, I wouldn't definitely lose unless they kept Mental Misstep. And if they kept Mental Misstep, but then Mental Misstep doesn't work, though. I think it's actually but if I counter Brainstorm, then it always works for me, because if they force back, but then they would have but then they keep force in their hand and they force my paradoxical outcome. Isn't that worse for me? It's like super bad if I counter Brainstorm. Because they just don't force brains. They just don't force back. They keep their force. They go to my turn. They force my PO. I have 2 POs, so maybe it's still fine. I think it's bad for me if I Pyroblast the Brainstorm. And they don't counter back. If they do counter back, it's fine because they can only keep 1 card, and so they can't keep Ancestral, right? Because they won't be able to cast it. But if I let Brainstorm resolve, they can only get to keep Oculus. I think that card is really bad. Yeah, they put Mental Misstep in the pile. So their pile has Black Lotus. Their pile has 1 Oracle. Their pile has Black Lotus, Oracle, Ancestral. Their pile does not contain Flusterstorm, but it does contain Mental Misstep. So I think I have to counter this. And then if they force, I still have a second PO. Well, what happens if it's Mental Misstep? They can't keep these cards. They have to keep Lotus, Ancestral, Mental Misstep. But that beats me. Okay, so I just lose if I don't counter this. Because they put Mental Misstep in their pile. I mean, we don't know Mental Misstep is their 3rd card down. Okay, I think I have to play around Mental Misstep being their 3rd card down, and I have to counter this. Which is, like, great for them because they get to leave open force on my turn, but I have double PO. Well, he has Force Dig right now. So he's going to let this resolve because he has Ancestral on the top of the library, pass with Force up for my turn, but I have 2 payoff spells. But if he doesn't resolve, he can let the Force he can put the Force and the Dig back on top and then go Lotus, Ancestral with Mental Misstep back up covering Pyroblast. And that has to be what he did because you wouldn't put Mental Misstep in the pile any other way. So I'm forced to Pyroblast this Brainstorm. They are not forced to force my Pyroblast. In fact, they probably won't force my Pyroblast because if this Brainstorm resolves with no cards in hand, all it does is keep 1 card and it's not very good. So they'll probably let this get countered, go to my turn, I cast PO, they force my PO, and then I have another PO. And then my PO still has to beat the Ancestral. And I'm going to be tapped out. So, like, I have to draw probably Force or land Fluster. I have to draw well from here still, but I have a PO for 4, so. Also, if I can hit like another Moxen here, or I can hit another island, then I'm in a better spot, so. Oh, I'm actually 1 mana short of 2 POs, yeah, it's true too. You can't do Pearl 4th because 4th is on the bottom of our library with Black Lotus. So yeah, actually, I might lose this game without, because if I don't draw mana, then I can't even second PO anyways. I mean, we've spent a lot of time thinking about this, and they had to build their pile, so I don't know. Yes, I think we don't definitely lose, but we almost assuredly lose if we don't pyro here, because I believe my opponent put mental misstep in the pile. Or like mental misstep is in the pile. It doesn't mean that mental misstep is the third card down and it would actually beat us, but I don't know why you would put mental misstep into the pile unless you wanted to do that. So all right, I need to draw help here. I need help here. I need help here. Okay. So I have to cast this for 1. That's a good draw, though. And this needs to hit Force, Fluster, Pyro, Mental Misstep, Flame of Anor, Astrologian's Planisphere. Fuck me. I just don't have enough mana. I'm just 1 mana short, right? No matter what I do. So I can cast a PO and not tap my Ruby to say I have a Pyro. That's not gonna fucking help me. What the fuck's the point? Well, I mean, it would help me if I represent that I have a Pyro. It would be like a Mishra's Bauble or like a Brainstorm. I mean, probably a Brainstorm, like a brain. It could be a Brainstorm, which would have been good. Flame of Anoring this doesn't help me. I want to try to represent that I have another Pyroblast so that my opponent doesn't force this because they want to be able to fish through their Ancestral. They're not going to do that, though, so there's no fucking point. Losing this game's crazy. I thought we were good. So frustrating. I thought I had 8 mana for double PO, but my plays were so forced anyways, right? Well, not necessarily. I cast Force on... we can go back to the one choice I actually made in this game. Like, the one choice I actually made in this game was choosing to play PO on turn 1 instead of kicking a trainer. And that's like... they could have had Flusterstorm instead of Force in these... Oh, he did not build his pile with Pyroblast in mind. Wow. The only way Doomsday loses is to itself. So I guess why would you still want to put Ancestral at the top of this pile, wouldn't you? I believe my opponent did not put Ancestral at the top of the pile. Probably still wouldn't have conceded, but I mean, I have a Flame of Anor and a PO, so I'm going to win this game. Wild. Just never concede against Doomsday, I guess. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Sixth and final round of this vintage challenge. I have the worst breakers at 4-1, so I'm definitely looking to get a win here. It was a 33-player event, so a bunch of 4-2s will make it, but I've been known to break her out once or twice. What do I got? Seems reasonable. Turn 1, basic island fetch, merchant ancestral, force backup. No chancellor. Definitely gonna play around a wasteland here. All right. Let's see what we're up against. Against Alibaba. I mean, we haven't really gotten to use it at all. All of our hands have been like Ancestral Mox hands, so. This smells like initiative. Am I willing to force this pearl? I'm not. I'm not willing to force this pearl. Promo cards? I'm not aware of any promo cards. Oh my god, they're gonna play Cavern Man. I'm too late now. Oh wait. Oh wait. I'm vindicated, baby. Leading Pearl is just correct. They had force backup for the stock up, and then they get the misstep on my ancestral. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm getting beseeched. Notably bad for me. Force my thing, untap, and Tinka. No, these cards are so bad. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I've resolved some heinous ancestrals today. I'm not complaining because I've resolved a lot of ancestrals today, but some of my ancestrals have been so bad. I mean, it would have been like a brainstorm or a Mishra's Bauble, or like it would have been a bad card no matter what. I don't think it's. I think if you blaming Planisphere here, you're just not understanding what's going on. But it is not good here. Don't get me wrong. It is not good here. Bro, shouldn't I draw a land? My deck has 8 bajillion lands in it. To Jordan, you're in a negative headspace right now. We got to get you into a positive headspace. Got to get you loving the Magic the Gathering. We're getting tinkered and dying, by the way. Maybe we'll draw force off of this Mishra's Bubble. Well, I didn't say Planisphere was the answer. That clearly is not the answer. I mean, the one matchup we actually wanted Planisphere was that mono-white matchup, and we just didn't have it in our openers, right? Or the Lurrus Control matchup. That's the card I wanted. Off my Ancestral. I'm so unlucky. If I had hit this Tolarian Academy, we'd be fine. We'd train her into a force. We'd be good. Now I'm going to get tinkered and die. We actually beat Squee today. Damn. I didn't miss this, chat. And I really hope we don't ban Lurrus, because I really don't want to play against Tinker ever. It is just miserable. This is so awful. Like, it's terrible for us. Wait, they mystical for Ancestral instead of Time Walk? Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Always mystical for Time Walk there. Actually, mystical for Yogg might even win. Doesn't look like it wins. Now it win. Oh, we're POing. We're just big PO? Okay. We're dead, by the way. I remember. I was being a little contrarian. I do think that Karn was pretty good, though. In that meta. But yeah, I was definitely wrong. I won a couple tournaments with Tinker PO and the Lurrus unnerfed Lurrus metagame for what it's worth. Tinker do be like that. Oh, Vault Key action? Mana Crypt. One, two, three, four, five. I'll let you play this one out. Maybe they have another PO in their hand. Lost the flip. Surely they saw this eventuality. Surely. Chain of Vapor. All right. I'll allow it. Yeah. I mean, we resolved Ancestral and we just bricked. Happens. Let's bring in Pyro and that and Seal. Then I'll take out Island, Sink, Chain. Swords. And Planisphere. Okay. Planisphere. Yeah. I don't think I have any regrets there. I forced a stock up, they forced back. They had turn one stock up with forced back up. We ancestraled, it resolved, and our ancestral drew us no land. So we couldn't train her for a force. It's kind of crazy because this deck has so many lands in it. It has 15 lands in it. That's crazy. PO only needs 11 lands to function. I feel like that's like a lot of my games with this deck are like sometimes you have way too many lands, sometimes you have way too few lands. But it might just be magic though. Why are there 7 pictures from chess in the value channel? Okay. What are we doing? Okay. Game 2 on the play versus Tinker PO. My opponent chose to cut Lurrus for Tinker and Karn. This hand is acceptable. See, you don't need mana. Mana's overrated. I do need action, though. Nah, action's overrated. We can do it, Alibaba. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. Crazy little thing called love. Why? Why? What? Are we being serious? In the vintage challenge, you're gonna do this to me? The content creator? No respect. Respect the game, Alibaba. Oh, respect the game, Alibaba. Why are you doing this? Disgusting. That's such a good read. They must, it's almost like they saw what was in my hand, and they just knew what to counter. Oh man. Respect the game, bro. Have some respect. That just there's just no justification there. Just sent that shit. Oh, it's too funny. Am I supposed to time walk? Or am I supposed to play Lurrus? I feel like I'm supposed to time walk. See if I can get Fluster up on their turn. Could also hit Pio. Shut up, Ian. Shut up. Get out of here. Lost another flip. Stock up. I mean, I'm casting stock up. Oh, man, I wish I had a Pio off this. It's like kind of awkward. Because like this trainer is not really getting the job done. I mean, Opal trainer is like not that good though, is it? I guess I could hit force. I could go probe. Probe, if I hit land or PO, it's really good. I think we'll try this. Force bobble. I see. Okay, I'm gonna play Lurrus then. Yeah, I think Opal Trainer is probably better, but I want to try this. Activate top, search for top. Like a beast? I should have taken trainer. It's fine. Key? Time Vault? Demonic Tutor. Wow. I could let it resolve. Just force it. Okay. I am gonna get my hand hider. I guess like you could theoretically say that Sapphire is really important, so I don't know. It's so hard to make. It's so hard to defend. Oh man. Well, they had to wait to see if I forced it or not. I'm gonna put a hand hider up just to be safe. Sorry, chat. There are some classics in this hand though. Black Lotus. A lot of mana. Sure. Ancestral. Casting it now? Okay. Ancestral, and I mean, if it hits stock up off it. Sure. Whatever works, man. All right, well, it was not bad. I was never mulliganing this hand. Sorry, chat. Am I getting negated again? Hmm. Oh. I haven't had to use the hand hider in a long time. Oh, I just... It's been so long since I've had to use the hand hider. All right, well, I have to make a play here. I don't know. I got a couple good options. Force. I mean, my opener had Lotus, Pearl, Bobble, Stock Up, Fluster. Like, I was never mulliganing it. Am I getting Mind Break trapped? That'd be pretty sick. All right, stock up. Oops, I showed my stock up. No, no, hide it, hide it. uh. Oh man. All right, show me your secrets. Am I dead? PO Ancestral Mystical Stock Up. I'm dead. Man, must be nice. What a hell of a hand that was. Sag. All right, let's just get rid of this stupid hand hider. It's just not working. I have too many things that put things in the middle of the battlefield. Oh, man. Yo, it must be nice to be my opponent. Get to look at my hand for free, and then you have the most broken hands of all time. Disgusting. You can brick here. Oh, yeah, they already cast Ancestral. They can brick here, no force. Fixing Bobble! Oh, no. Oh, too good. Too good. I don't really have good answers in my deck to that magic card, do I? I'm so dead. I'm just super dead. There's like no card that would have gotten me out of this, right? You actually get to have a better hand if you look at your opponent's hand. True story, by the way. Man, I think if they brick here and they on this draw 3 and they don't hit a force or a bobble, then I actually think we have a good chance of winning this game. I really need my opponent to not hit they can't continue doing blue spells here, so they kind of have to hit force or vexing bobble. It's so frustrating. I don't have I guess I have a seal in my deck. So silly. All right, I have a PO. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's pretty good at Eternal. Some ancient card games on here. What if we still win this game, chat? Any believers? No? Well, I'm gonna take this Seal of Cleansing, I guess. I feel like taking a Pyroblast there was not good enough. Yeah, I likely will try the League TCG. I guess I needed to mulligan my opening hand to Force. I don't know, my hand was pretty good. It felt pretty bad to mulligan Force. Tinker. All right, whatever. My opponent, I hope they feel good about themselves. It is what it is. Some people will do that. Likely we don't break her in here because our breakers are really bad. You also saw all the cards in my opening hand. It was like land, lotus, pearl, bauble, PO, or stock up, fluster. If I don't get turn one, the hand's great. I just got turn one killed, so it happens. All right, welcome vintage gamers to the top 8 of this vintage challenge. I did breaker in here. Happy my breakers held up. Obviously, this was a very low number of players in the challenge, so lots of 4-2s made it. We are rematching versus our round 6 possible stream snipe opponent, Alibaba here. So unfortunately for YouTube and Twitch, I don't have it set up to not save it for YouTube. Sorry. So you guys are going to have to check out the old TCGs and old CCG cards here. But yeah, I'll try my best to be as enlightening as I possibly can, and hopefully we'll make it to top 4. I have a cat. See what Alibaba's got for us. Gataxian Probe, it looks like. I mental misstep this. Mox. Vexing Bobble. I hate this card. I certainly wish I had my mental misstep back. I'll force this. It's just so hard to play through Bobble. Even if I don't have like instant stuff to do with it, it's just so hard to play through. All right, I'm certainly far ahead of my opponent here. Mystical Tutor, it's going to put me even farther ahead. Force Pitch Merchant Scroll. 2 cards in my opponent's hand. I've got a Trainer coming down. Trainer's got an Astrologian's Planisphere. Kind of needed to hit a Mox, but that was it was half the point of forcing that Vexing Bobble. This is a Trainer. Mox Opal. Can I please just hit a land or a Mox here? Sweet. All right, I'm gonna go Flame of Anor, destroy artifact, and deal 5 damage. Nice little wasteland gaming. Mana Vault's a great draw. So, I'm gonna cast Trainer. Mox. Fluster. I'm taking Flusterstorm. Need to be able to counter a PO. Killing the Trainer just puts them away from being able to PO. I have draw spells, so I don't need draw spells. I really like doing the land death play. Might just lose anyways. All it takes is a key. So what do I want to do? I'm just going to play Jet. And I'm going to PO. Wow. That is not ideal. I think I'm going to lose this game. They cast Stock Up. They cast Tinker. I guess I just have to... How many forces do I have left? 2 forces? No, I'm like dead on board. Like, is Flusterstorm actually going to stop my opponent from winning the game here? It's not, right? I can't even stop PO. I have to find a force. I don't know if I want to go Thunder Trapping for a force here. How many cards are on the bottom? 3, 34, and 2, and 4. I missed. I mean, I couldn't fluster that, so I made the right call. I'm just going to lose anyways. I mean, I made the right call. It just didn't pay out. Losing this game is crazy, though. Maybe I can still win. Maybe they'll brick. Nope. I mean, I could have flustered that. So maybe I was just supposed to keep fluster up for that. Come on! Like, what was I supposed to do? I mean, I did make a mistake in this game in mental misstepping the vexing bauble, or the mental misstepping the probe. So frustrating. How many cards did I go through there? I PO'd 4 and then I stocked up. But I only have 2 forces in my deck, so all right, maybe the mistake was actually getting rid of that merchant scroll. I don't know. I didn't do the math. It wasn't great math from what I looked at, but I forced the I didn't want my opponent to know my plan. I think forcing misstepping the thing was fine. So silly, man. I think maybe there was a point where I could have kept the merchant scroll for a later force. I don't know, man. I'm getting kind of tilted. It just feels like I make the right plays and I just keep losing. Playing against Tinker PO is so frustrating. I can't believe people want this back in the format as like the main deck in the format, like the #1 deck to beat. But I made some mistakes in that game, so it's okay. But like, my opponent just keeps ripping cards. Like, having the ability to hardcast Citadel there is crazy. All right, focus up. Focus up. What do we got? Yeah, pretty sure that's a cute. Now I'm the stream sniper. That's funny. Yep. No blue land, though. Am I getting ancestraled? After misstepping my probe? I guess I did the same thing last game. We're just fetching for like a flusterstorm or something then. Let's see. I guess everyone sees. I don't know how to get this hand hider. I guess I have to make it really small and put it down here. I guess they reveals it, right? So it doesn't matter. It does reveal some information about what I'm doing, but I mean, it's probably just Flusterstorm, seeing as I can't cast these spells through my Bauble, and they have a Force of Will, so keeping the Bauble in place quite good. Oh, Mystical Tutor Ancestral. Yeah, that's pretty good too. 8 cards. I guess Academy is my best draw. I didn't really draw cards, chat. Kind of want to crack my Bauble, but it's so bad. It's like so bad to crack Bauble. But my cards are so bad. My cards are so bad. I gotta wait, right? I gotta wait. We'll see. Maybe we'll find a good spot. Mystical Dispute to the yard? That's interesting. Why would you do that? Soul Ring. Mystical Dispute to the yard is quite interesting. I'm gonna wait longer here. What if I get like Hold Breachered? I guess it'd be fine. What are we doing? We're just vexing Bobble gaming? I can't believe. All right. I think I played badly game 1. But we can't review it because it's all covered. Wait, we're vamping in their turn because they don't want to discard to hand size. I see. What are you gonna vamp for? 13 life. I'm gonna crack my Bauble, chat. Lost. Let me see what their top card is. I can't. If I go for a PO. This doesn't look like it's going to win, unfortunately. But I know they have a force in their hand. I don't feel like this turn gets very like better for me, unfortunately. So force pitching. My opponent pitched Flusterstorm. That is not a good sign. that is not a good sign. I don't think I'm supposed to I don't think I'm supposed to not fluster. I mean, I guess this means like if they shouldn't I guess they yeah, okay. They have triple bajillion Flusterstorms. Okay. Yeah. I guess I get to look at their top card and see if it's Saga. It was Saga. Okay, that's good. No, Saga is good because it means we can maybe reload on the next turn if we get a next turn here. Unless they have like Tinker or PO or whatever. But it looks like we're dead. I mean, their hand was Fluster Force, so yeah, I don't know. Sure. I feel like we just were so savagely behind in all of these games. I don't know. I really don't feel like I was supposed to wait any longer. Like, it wasn't getting better for me. They were clearly representing counter magic, and they were going to just get a Saga going. I have to crack Bobble. I'm just dead. Like, it's not better if I wait. Like, it's my only chance of winning is, like, they don't have... Like, if they have Force, but they don't have Fluster or something. But, I mean, they, of course, have Fluster because they had Dispute go to the yard, right? Like, I just don't have, like, the counter magic to back up my play. I don't know. Like, whatever. Whatever. Sorry. I'm like definitely in a bad mood after all that. I don't think I played well, but I also don't know like how much it would have mattered. Like the things my opponent was doing in these 2 rounds were so strong. And like it's really unfortunate because like I have to put the hand hider up, right? So it means I'm making shit content. And it's like no one even knows. Like we can't. I want to stop here and go back and talk about the match and like try to figure out where we could have min-maxed and like played better. But I just like don't even get to do that because I had to hand hide. I haven't like set up my stream so that like the local recording doesn't have the hand hide. I'm sure I could do that somehow, but I just don't have to hand hide very much in Vintage. But like my opponent's hands were so broken, right? They just were all like multiple mocks and counter all your things, cast PO every time. I don't know. If I had to go back, the things I would definitely change were the misstep in this game. I would definitely have changed this misstep. I would have let the probe resolved. And I mean, I don't know, like how many 1-drops are there that matter? I didn't my opponent my hand had like ancestral force. And so like I really didn't want to show my opponent my sequence. I mean, I couldn't watch the replay right now anyways, so it doesn't really fucking matter, right? I mean, my opponent did like a lot of like mysticaling, and I just didn't really have the. I mean, my opponent mysticaled it for an ancestral, and I forced it, and I lost this game. Losing this game is crazy, by the way. I mean, I did get this Astrologian's Planisphere and then never use it, right? The big mistake in this game actually came on this next turn. I do like Thundertrap Trainer kill the Mox. I might not have had to kill the. I might have not had to kill the Thundertrap Trainer because my opponent doesn't have Flame of Venor in their deck, so I didn't actually have to kill the Thundertrap Trainer. I just felt like turning off the ability to PO was good, and my hand was like stock up, Planisphere PO or something. Like, no, probably no PO. I think it was like stock up, Planisphere. So I'm like, I don't need to draw 2 cards here. I'm gonna cast stock ups and I'm gonna win off of them, right? So I was like, oh, land death here, and then this first trainer is Flusterstorm. So I kept Flusterstorm. Wait, where was the force pitching Merchant Scroll? Was it the one on the Ancestral? So I hadn't actually gotten... I think I pitched Merchant Scroll. So I think I pitched Merchant Scroll, and the reason was because... yeah, so this second force here pitched Merchant Scroll. And the reason was because I had 2 stock up, so I wasn't going to Ancestral. But what I didn't consider is that I would need to maybe later Merchant Scroll for Force of Will. I just didn't think it was possible for me to like get into a point where I needed Force of Will and couldn't find it. And that was just incorrect analysis. So what I should have done is I should have pitched the Planisphere to... I just like didn't think I needed a Force of Will. Like my opponent is on Underground Sea, Mox Opal, and missed a land drop. Like I thought losing from this spot was like really hard. But I should have... if I had kept Merchant Scroll, then here I could like... I could Merchant for Force. Yeah, I could just Merchant for Force. Instead, I am like POing with no Moxen. And then I'm just, I do hit like Moxen and stock up again. And this stock up misses on Force. And then the next trainer misses on Force. And I didn't have the Bauble until the end, so I didn't know my opponent was top decking Bolas' Citadel. I had a Flusterstorm, but the reasoning for me on not keeping Flusterstorm was because my opponent could PO, stock up, and tinker all through Flusterstorm from this spot, right? So it's like, it just makes sense to get Force. But if I just had a Merchant Scroll in my hand, I would just be able to get a Force no matter what, right? I would just win this game. So like, this game was lost because of me. I threw this game away. I just didn't realize from this spot that I would want to Merchant Scroll for a Force. Actually, I didn't even have this spot. It was... Oh wait, no, I didn't have the Planisphere. Okay, maybe that's not the case then. It looks like I got the Planisphere after I forced twice. So I probably would have had to choose between Merchant Scroll and 2 stock ups. So maybe it was fine then. Then at that point, it's just like I'm digging 13 cards deep for a Force and don't find it. Maybe it's okay then. But so like then there's the thing here where if I had left open Flusterstorm, I could have Flusterstormed this PO. There could always be like another PO on top, 13 more health. I mean, it's not guaranteed that if I had Flusterstorm for this PO that it would have helped. This game feels really sad, but I'm not really sure that I actually made mistakes. It might have just been the way it shook out. And then this game, like I got my probe mental misstepped, and I really needed my probe to find me blue land. And my probe would have drawn me blue land, and I think I would have been in a much better spot in this game. But my probe got misstepped, and then I had to go for like a bobble, a slow hand. I didn't have other options besides trainering, and then this trainer's like really tough, right? Like, am I taking Flusterstorm? I guess theoretically here, I could have not taken Flusterstorm and just immediately taken Lotus, and then so I was thinking about immediately taking Lotus and immediately cracking and going, but then like I'm just getting beat by the in-hand known Force of Will. So like getting beat by the in-hand known Force of Will doesn't make any sense. And then I'm just like caught up on lands here. Basically for the next 3 turns, I draw a 0-drop. I drew like Mishra's Bauble, Mox. I think I knew the game was over when my opponent surveilled a dispute to the yard. I think that was like the point I knew this game was over. Because there's just like no spot you're bidding dispute unless you already have all the things you need. And so my opponent ended up having Force Fluster with another Fluster. So if I had not flustered back, he would have just kept Fluster and would have untapped and PO'd with Fluster back up. Okay, yeah. I mean, this doesn't look that bad. I think this is just the variance inherent in a PO matchup and also the variance inherent in my opponent playing Tinker PO. Like, they're doing some really powerful things, and if it all lines up, it's just really, really brutal. We didn't really get to, like, Pyroblast anything that was good at all in any of these game 2s. Unfortunate. So that was a top 8, kind of an anticlimactic top 8. I'm glad we still were able to top 8 even after what happened in round 6, so that's nice. But some of these matches were really odd. We basically never got to play or use these Planispheres. They represent like the Brainstorm slot or the Mishra's Bauble slot or the Lorien revealed slot. So I don't actually think at any point that we like took these card it was like that much worse than any of the other cards that we would have had in the slot. I think that one point one of the Planispheres could have been a Brainstorm against the Doomsday, and that would have actively been good. But like, if any point these things were Lorien reveals or baubles, I don't think it really mattered. The places you really want this are like in your opening hand, turning on Metalcraft, making a really big construct that makes people have to like rush their spells. The spots where like you're playing against mono white or sphere shops or like even Lurrus Control, where you get to play this and it's a really hard to deal with threat. But we just didn't really hit those kind of games today. We did hit like a lot of high roll games where we just had like turn one stock ups and ancestrals and stuff. So, you know, that's kind of shows you like you can change your 2 flex slots in PO and it might just never matter. But there was also times where like I really wanted this to be other cards. So it's a little here, a little there. I will say that the main deck swords looked okay, but I kind of want to have a 4th swords in my sideboard. Losing to mono white where you just like can't find your swords is really feels bad, and the basic planes looked really good today, so a bunch of things like that. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, thanks for watching. I'm sorry we got a little annoyed at the end. I don't think I really ever came back from the force on my Mox Sapphire. I think I did not handle that super well mentally, so sorry about that. Hopefully the next time will go better. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more vintage gameplay on this YouTube channel, maybe some more top 8s, new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.